It is. You're right. This new light is like a campfire-y.
Ghost story lights.
Welcome back to the Big Uglies.
We're live now.
We are? We weren't live a second ago?
No. It said we'll be live shortly, and I'm like, but we're live now.
Oh.
So
well,
we
thanks.
did it. Yeah.
Thanks. Because I was ramping up the intro.
Yeah.
And now it's
all right. Well,
it's back down.
Do you want me to fade out and let you do it again?
No.
Hold on.
Okay, hold on.
Huh?
Okay. Welcome. That was actually cool. Welcome to the Big Uglies. I am Carl Spitali. With me, as always, is my compadre.
Yes,
Josh Denny.
The washed out Josh Denny. You have very natural, sexy ghost campfire ghost lighting.
You can't say that at the beginning of the show.
Dude, it's a good.
You can't say you have sexy.
You look like fireside chats, Carl. Is what you look like today, and then I just look like somebody bukkakied the camera with white jizz.
You ever wanted to cozy up with a nice Rocky Mountain Brewed cooler?
Yeah, see, this looks great. You're covering your face with the bills, keeping your eyes out of the camera, but
that's the intention. If you want to curl up with a Rocky Mountain Brewed coolers and hop into your Ram truck.
No, it's you look.
I like the light.
You like that? You like? Yeah, I think it's good.
It's grown.
I think it. See, you didn't like it in the beginning. I think it adds a little. Yeah, that's how it starts.
See, you didn't like it in the beginning, but now that you like it.
Well, this is, dude. It was funny. I was talking to my friend who runs the Kanye's Post page last night. She's a comic, and I was talking about like women in the workplace and like what's so wrong about it. And I go like, you guys couldn't even do the first job you had, which was just cook and fuck. And you got so bad at it that other guys started being like, I could cook and fuck and suck. You know what I mean? So like, why don't I try that? And the guys are like, all right, you can try it.
Well, the other guys started being like, well, we are at the office a long time.
Yeah. So it's just like, you guys had one job, which was cook and fuck and raise the kids. And then men had to come in and do that.
They didn't have to. They didn't have to.
Yeah, but they did though. But they did though. Like I'm saying,
hold on.
Homosexuality is because of the incompetence of women.
Hold on, time out.
Your counterpoint, sir.
Because you came in and go, yo, your cooking is shitty, Betty. Yeah. I'm going to do this. And then guys became chefs.
Yeah.
World star chefs and all that stuff.
Yes.
You don't have to be gay.
Yeah, but that's how you show
cooking the food. And you're gonna be like, hey, by the way, the guy could have been like, I'm a chef and also bang hookers. Not, I'm a chef and now I fuck dudes. That's not. That's the counterpoint.
Yeah, but the dudes that are eating the food, how do they show their appreciation? You
Desserts? I don't know.
No. Oh, the other guy makes dessert. That's gay.
Yeah.
You think the guy going, you did dinner, I'll do dessert.
Not the butt
sex.
Yeah,
a guy going, you handle dinner, let me handle dessert. That's more gay in my mind.
Gay.
That's pretty gay. I'll handle the dessert. What is the dessert, dick?
Well, then here at the Big Uglies, we're full-blown homosexuals. That's the case. We do live in the same building.
Yeah, which is
being homosexual.
It's not a metaphor for homosexuality. We live in the same building.
Yeah. So we live in the same building, and funny enough, I had a issue that I directed towards the landlord, and so did you.
Yeah,
and we both had a equally similar funny reaction. I thought it was funny.
Well, we both have plumbing issues, right? So like one of the things that a lot of people don't know in California is like
hard water.
I mean, when we're talking about hard water, we're talking like John Holmes 10 Viagra's hard.
Yeah,
like,
we're talking hard.
So like anybody who lives in LA or particularly in the Valley knows that you have shower filters, you've got like Lime Away stocked up forever because you'll get these hard lime deposits on all your metal. Well, over time, it will just jam up your faucets and stuff if you have older faucets with like the little sprickets or whatever.
So that's gotta get
so all of our faucets are to the point now where we're like, hey man, we got to replace these bathroom sink faucets. So we put that order in. And then what's funny is I put on the agenda this topic and you message me and you go, what the fuck is this? And I go, I'll just tell you on the show. And then 30 minutes later, you called me and you go, I now know what it is.
Yeah. Because I then had to put an order for the plumbing department.
Yeah.
And our landlord was like, all right, the pipe detective will text you in 24 hours.
The pipe detective.
And I was like, huh? He's like, yeah, it's a service, but they'll text you. And I was like, is this the guy's name? Like, I just imagine like a noir type of thing. He's like, yeah, so it's your toilet, huh? What's going on with your pipes?
The
Leaky?
pipes detective. I just like also that could be so many other businesses that then, you know, wasn't that guy who did that show Cheaters? Wasn't that guy a pipes detective?
Yeah. The other pipe detective would just be somebody who's gay as shit. Who just goes around and is like, okay, whip him out. Who done it?
Clue. That those are all pipe detectives.
Yeah, Fag Ventura, pipe detective. He's just like walking around.
Okay. He's like, my hypothesis is that it was Colonel Fuckface with a pipe everywhere.
You don't want to give me you with the dolphin, you swim with the dolphin.
What the fuck is that from?
That's Ace Ventura when he was talking about
the
dolphin.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
With the what's her name?
I got to go back and Courtney Cox. I got to go back and watch that movie again because it was so
long ago.
It was so, and it was so ahead of its time. I saw it in a theater when I was like a kid.
Oh no, dude! It was 94, dude.
Yeah, I was I was like 11 years old.
Oh, that's crazy, dude! I was like 7. 6.
Yeah.
So it was like
30 years ago.
It was amazing. Dude.
30 years ago.
That movie was amazing for me.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey was like this.
Oh yeah, at that time. Yeah, Living Color.
Impressionable kids. Though, when there's like comedy you can choose from and things, and plus the whole like voices and character shit, like all that was.
Well, that's what I think is funny is like when you look at this Nickelodeon thing where they're like, oh, this kind of comedy, like it wouldn't be in good taste. Like, dude, they were trying to copy In Living Color.
Yeah.
I mean, that's literally
kid SNL.
Yeah, but I thought it was more kid In Living Color because it was more gross out humor. Like SNL never really did gross out humor.
Gagged. Well, they always had they did always have the vomit thing that came through the sleeve.
Yeah. They do that.
Vomit would come
they
out,
do that.
You put the hand up, so you're like, oh, but it's like coming out of the sleeve.
But that was like maybe the only sort of gross out gag that SNL ever did. They never really did a lot of like gross out humor. That's why it's weird that.
But Nickelodeon was famous for slime.
Yeah, gross out humor.
Dare.
Yeah,
but not even that as humor. That was the fun.
Yeah,
right? They had slime shows and crawl through muck shows.
But In Living Color was more that way. I'm backing our cameras up. In Living Color was more that way in general with like bad prosthetics and special effects. Funny. Yeah, it was like more like gross out, like weird shit.
And Jim Carrey was that.
Yeah,
right?
Totally.
Fire Marshal Bill would like have his skin
fucking leg would be up on the table next to him while he's talking and shit.
But the kids doing slime here, like I think who was telling us about that? That's right. It's Dustin shit. We were talking,
Dustin Ibarra.
But the slime in the documentary, it was like people was like, dude, that's like a metaphor for cum.
And he's like, yeah, his ass, dude.
Yeah, but like, but seriously, you're like, no, kids just thought shit was funny. Like people getting hurt is funny to kids.
Yeah,
people falling down is funny. That's why Jackass was for impressionable teens.
Yeah, kids loved it.
Yeah. So anybody who like, so they're like, you know, this guy Dan Snyder, how did he ever work after never doing any of the crimes that the actual pedophiles were charged and convicted from? How did this guy work again?
Yeah.
They'd be like, because he wrote all the shit.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, what do you mean?
Insane.
He was finding stars. That's how.
Insane.
Amanda Bynes was like a Jim Carrey. Like young ass Jim Carrey. Like I thought she was gonna be that.
Oh yeah. I mean, you know,
there's meth.
Yeah, there's
or whatever she did.
Yeah, I think
is that meth? It's gotta be
no.
meth.
I definitely think she got molested, and I think she got molested by someone in her family. So, you know, and that's the really sad thing is like, you know, nobody thinks about like she had all kinds of. So I was like a mega Amanda Bynes fan because we were around the same age, and I was just like, I was like, oh my god, girls can be funny. Like that was my first. I was like too young to know Carol Burnett or you know, I knew like always growing up.
Not really. You knew
no. Let me explain. My aunt was the funniest woman in our family. My Aunt Tad, funniest, right? But she was like Gilda Radner. She looked my Aunt Tad looked like an old Jewish woman. Like,
got her with a
big glasses, you know, curly, short hair. and she didn't have any kids of her own. But so SNL in that time growing up was like Gilda Radner. No, she wasn't lesbian. Gilda Radner and who was the other one? The other unfuckable female comedians back then. It was like Paula Poundstone. Like the female comics weren't hot. Like Jane on SNL was like the hottest, and she was still not that hot. So but Jane Curtin or whatever, right?
Oh, because what's her name was hotter than that? Lorraine Newell or whatever her name was.
Okay, but I'm saying is there were no cute girls, young girls our age that were doing comedy on TV, right?
Well,
so I was enamored with her, and I just remember following all the stories about her career of she had to get emancipated from her family. She came from a rich dentist family in Thousand Oaks, and they were trying to take her money away, and there was this whole thing. She got emancipated when she was 15, and so it's funny because you look at that Nickelodeon documentary and they're like, this fucking Dan Schneider, he corrupted her. And I go, how do you know you didn't rescue the girl?
Well,
what I mean? How do you know she didn't come from some horrible sexual abuse family? And he wasn't Jesus Christ, fucking when she ran away, he was they were she went to his house. It's yeah, most girls don't go to their molester's house when they run away from home. You know what I mean? Is it crazy to assume that maybe she was running from the sexual abuse to the only other adult she knew, which was her producer from work? It's and it's again, Dustin's joke is nobody thinks that because he's an unsightly fat man.
Right. And it's just unfortunate for him.
Yes. Yes. And he's suing them, and I think he's going to win because of that. Yeah. He's totally going to sue them. And I think he's totally going to win.
So we do have going back to before we left.
By the way, I think you'd make a great pipe detective. And what I mean by that is you are not detecting pipe. You are using pipe to solve mysteries. That's what I think you think you're. Yeah, you're just, oh man, this looks like somebody died here. I think the first thing I'm going to do is fuck everybody that's here on the scene, and then we can get a real forensic workup of what's going on. You're Dexter, but with cum spatter analysis, and you're what I need to do is bust all over this fucking place, and then I can tell you what happened.
The way you made it seem at first was my dick was sniffing around.
Oh, is it not? Yeah, is it not everywhere?
And it's just hold on, I got a hunch.
Yeah, your hunch is that everything could be solved by you fucking it.
Blacks in the South call hunching fucking.
That's what they call it? I've never heard that.
Yeah.
Hunchin'?
Yeah.
They call it hunchin'.
Yeah. Google it.
I won't. I'll just take your advice. I'll just take your word for it.
Hunchin'.
It's funny. Why would I want to prove it wrong? Oh, no, they don't call it that? I don't give a shit.
They do, though.
Yeah. What black people may or may not do is how I get through my day with giggles.
That's a good game that I think your dad loves, right?
Yeah.
What your dad's favorite game?
No, it's my dad's favorite game is how might black people say something?
Yeah.
That's his favorite genre of comedy.
You're saying may or may not. He doesn't want to be proven wrong.
No, he doesn't want to be proven. No, they don't say that. But what are you fucking stop ruining my fun?
I want to know how your dad handles the new wide receiver from the Panthers if he's heard his pressers.
Oh, dude, Xavier Leggett or whatever.
Yeah, legit.
Yeah. He's
heard him?
He's country as fuck. Let me see if I can pull him up.
There's one that he just said he had a presser, and again he was talking about working a job. I understood every word he said. I
know because you speak Florida nog.
Yeah. So my buddy sent me the video, and I was like, why do you guys always send me this video when there's an athlete that you can't understand what they're saying? But hey, you know Hooter, right? Hooter Moreno?
Yeah, Hooter Moreno, I know.
No, Hooter would watch Last Chance U.
Oh yeah, with the subtitles
on.
Yeah.
He's
not wrong.
He was like, I don't know how you know what they say, and I was like, I don't know. I was just raised in South Florida. What do you want me to say?
Yeah.
All right, can you tell me what he says?
Yeah, hold on. Let me see right there.
Oh no, this is way too long. This is way too long. Go into the specific one about his job.
That the media was saying that I couldn't run, I wasn't able to run, so I just I felt like that was the most important thing to me, so I just worked on those things a lot.
There's
He said that was the most important thing to me, and I just worked on those things.
Yeah.
I can understand.
No. There's this literally a specific question they asked him, like, did you have? And he says, I ain't never had a job in my life.
Oh, I think it's this. I think it's this one.
I don't think so. No, it was the one he's in the Panthers jersey. I actually have it on my Instagram.
Do you ever think when you played UNC just a couple months ago that you'd end up kind of returning here and playing for this team?
Oh yeah, man. Well, I knew they was in the talks of my range of where I was going to be able to fall. And I'm excited that it happened the way it did.
You had a great final season. What do you think was different last year than the previous seasons for you?
I just say the availability part of it. I was more available this year. This was the most healthy season I got out my 5 years.
This is just the audio. This will be just the audio for everyone to hear. Ready?
No, see, I ain't never had a job for real. I mean, they 2020 with COVID, one of my partners was working at KFC. I went in there, he kept begging me to cook because I was just chilling at the house. I went in there about 2 weeks and I got on though. No, see, I ain't never had a job for real. I mean, they 2020 with COVID,
what do you think?
One of my partners was working at KFC.
So one of my partners was working at KFC.
He kept begging me to cook because I was just chilling at the house.
I was just chilling in high school.
At the house.
Oh, at the house. Oh, okay. I was.
You're gonna find new gems every time.
2020
when COVID hit.
Yeah.
My partner's working at KFC.
I went in there, he kept begging me to cook because I was just chilling at the house. I went in there about 2 weeks and I got on though.
I went over there for 2 weeks. I didn't catch it all. But anyway, yeah. Pretty good.
I think your dad would love that. I think
that'd
be his new favorite player.
He would derive hours and hours and hours of joy from just listening to it. But you know what? Also, he also doesn't enjoy it as much as I like, because he'd be like, you would play that for him and he'd go, see, this is what the fuck I'm talking about. And I'd be like, you weren't talking about this at all.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, you know what I mean? Look at him. This is, my dad would listen to Xavier Legette and be like, isn't this all of them? Like, if you played that for him, he go, what is this, Obama? Like, he doesn't differentiate.
Oh, I thought he would have the approach of like, and this guy went to college?
No, he doesn't. My dad is way too old to like not just arrive at the ultimate conclusion, the final solution away.
The over generalization.
Yeah, the over. Yeah, my dad needs it. Let's just get. They're not people. That's what he would.
Jesus.
He would just go, 3/5 feels like a lot.
Jeez. Well, do you think there's more shit talking in the NFL than anywhere else?
I think there's a real.
I think there's a lot of shit talking in basketball.
I think there's a real.
Hockey players shit talk, but they get to fight.
Yeah, I think there's a real problem with shit talk in sports, and meaning that A, there's not enough of it, and B, they're penalizing it now. Like, did you see this thing from the NBA? I put this on the agenda. It's like later down the list, but the fucking Rudy Gobert thing. Yeah, Gobert. Yeah, I don't know these fucking guys.
It's French.
Yeah, but for making a $sign gesture at the refs, like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So you can't taunt the refs who can directly affect the outcome of a game.
But
like,
that's what he's saying.
Yeah,
he's saying y'all are
fucking fixing the game.
So of course they're gonna find him.
It's ridiculous though. What happened to fucking free speach? Yeah,
there isn't any.
Yeah, it's
not
ridiculous.
In the NFL
it's
or
ridiculous.
the NBA or any of that.
But this is the thing: is like, why are the fucking officials? Why are the officials allowed to not be criticized? Like, why is criticizing an official a fine or a penalty?
Because the NBA made it a rule.
I know, but so did the NFL, and I don't agree with it.
Yeah.
You should be able to be like, blind ass, fucking faggot ass ref. I mean, this is what happened to John Tortorella. A guy made a couple bad calls, and he just goes, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And they ejected him from the game.
Yeah, but that's what
these guys have no accountability.
But that's what they should do. Baseball and hockey, they just get thrown out.
Yeah.
Basketball, they could get technical fouls thrown out, but then the league will fine them, right? The NHL didn't fine Tortorella.
Yeah, I think they did. They did fine him. Yeah, and then the owner of the Flyers
paid it though.
Paid it. Yeah. Fuck yeah, Hilferty. He was like, "Yeah, we'll pay that."
So I don't. It basically comes down to they need to tell you who's in charge right? The talking about the league, but they also need to let you know that the referees are there to referee, so they have to be treated in this like professional manner.
Yeah.
So that's the professionalism that comes in the sports.
Mhm.
So that's however, when it comes to taunting another opponent, shit talking, like especially in the NFL, Joe Burrow was just talking about this to who the fuck was he just talking to? Anyway, they asked him,
you and I
pro,
talked.
it was he
You
said
and I
pro
talked about.
taunting, and he said if a player works his ass off to push 300-pound dudes out of the way and comes and sacks me, why should he not be able to celebrate and talk shit to me?
Yeah.
He's like, because I know when I avoid a sack and
I'm
I
gonna talk
throw
shit
a
to them.
touchdown in their face, I'm going to talk shit.
Yeah,
to
Philip Rivers was the best at that.
Yeah, so like,
and you and I talked about this last year when there was that play where cornerback, like within 10 yards of the end zone, guy like bombs when it was in the playoffs, and he fucking leveled the receiver. The receiver drops the ball and he stood over him and was like, "That the fuck I'm talking about." And they threw a flag because he stood over him after he hit him.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, dude, I mean, like you're pussifying the game of football.
Yeah.
It's you know, if you make a play like that, that's like a game-saving defensive, you should be able to put your cock in the guy's mouth. You should be able to teabag a motherfucker. Gluck.
Okay, now we're going too far.
Yeah,
and
no.
if you do that, I mean, that should be a riot. Should we have a bench clearing brawl too?
This sounds like a case for the pipe detective.
Because that's what would happen.
Yeah, well, first you'd have Commodio Cordis from getting teabagged on national TV, and then a riot would happen.
I would have to say though,
That's Commodio coitus.
I don't agree that you should be able to talk shit to the refs. I think that you should be able.
I think you should be able to talk shit to everybody.
I think
Ron Artest should be able to
fans-
run up into the fucking audience and fight fans.
Well, I think they shouldn't have never changed basketball after that.
What do you mean?
Now that basketball, they literally changed the rules of basketball to where it's like less defense, no hand checking and stuff like that. It's like where open lanes, and I think it's so they go. It's so they're not as aggressive.
Yeah, I hate it.
And
I
I'm
hate
just
it.
like, so the fans also think they have powers and stuff, because if you punish the players for what happened at the Malice at the Palace, punishing the players meant to spectators that they won, that they can now just go to games and talk shit to athletes and be like, fuck you, I'll beat the shit out of you, Westbrook. And he's like, are you insane?
Yeah.
Now, do I think that guy should get kicked out? You know, possibly. It depends like the type of shit he's saying. He was like, I'm, threatening to fight a player in the middle of the game, and everybody's like, shut the fuck up. And he's like, fuck all you. Like, the guy's a nuisance and he just wants to fight. Yeah. But if he's like, you fucking bum, my grandma's better than you, and he's saying all type of shit, I think that anybody who is like anyone from Michael Jordan to Tom Brady, the excellent that we mention all the time,
Yeah,
the ones that we hold, they're never going to be like, security, get that guy out. He said his 5th grade daughter plays better than me. Get him out. Like, they would never. Right? What's going on over there? You seem active.
People are saying our audio sounds weird, but that's weird. I think there's something else. Is that better, guys? Let me know. I think our audio interface was not the right one.
Can you not hear it?
Yeah, no, but I've got the Roadcaster on now, so hopefully that should have fixed it.
So it wasn't on before?
No, it was. They were saying the audio sounded weird, but there was a different. It said like it's anyway. It's tech bullshit. But yeah, I think it's crazy. Somebody said can't hear it. Nah, they're just fucking with us now. But anyway, the
I want to say Michael Jordan call security.
Yeah,
I'd be like, get him out of here. He's talking shit.
Mhm.
You know, they'd be like, oh, really? Like even Kyrie Irving. People think that dude is like soft or whatever. Dude was chanting the other night in Oklahoma City. He hit one free throw, called the dude a pussy, then hit the other free throw, and then was like, bye-bye, pussy. And then after the game, he was like, and he's like, this is what you get in fucking Oklahoma while he was leaving. Like, I appreciate that type of shit talk. Larry Bird used to talk so much shit, dude. Larry Bird used to talk shit to black players and said, how dare you fucking disrespect me? Don't you ever put a white guy on me again. And they'd be like, what you mean, Larry? He's like, you're gonna make this white guy guard me? And put up 40 on him.
Yeah.
And be like, don't ever fucking do that shit again.
Yeah.
And that's like, Gary Payton used to talk a lot of shit. Lawrence Taylor talked shit.
Oh yeah,
and,
dude.
and
LT was one of
he
the
was
best.
high on cocaine.
Yeah.
I mean, why do we only say that only UFC fighters are the ones that are going to talk shit, or only boxers? I'm like, because they're going to fight afterwards. I'm like, what do you think these guys are going to do on the field?
Yeah.
He's going to be like, he's fighting with, you know, a jump shot and be like, bro, I'm about to put 40 on you.
Yeah.
And the other one's like, yo, we're going to have to blow y'all out and score touchdowns. Like, what's the difference? Or a defensive player is like, you're not going to score a fucking point on us. And they don't.
Yeah.
They should be able to talk shit. You know how hard it is to get a shutout in the NFL?
Yeah. It's damn near impossible. So
Unless you're playing the Bears.
Yeah. And then it's going to happen a lot. But yeah, I mean, the shit talking is part of it. And this is why I don't think video games, they should be allowed to call video games esports. I really don't. I think I think it's absolutely insane that
Gay.
Yeah. I mean, like when you think about game, like this thing came across my feed this morning. Dick Masterson shared it, was like this girl freaking out about people being mean on game streams. And it's like, are we still, and by the way, she wasn't just mad that they were being mean. She was like, not only do you need to like strike their channel, but they need hardware bans. Like you should kick them off the system entirely. And it's like, listen, you dumb cunt. Video games were invented for guys who couldn't play real sports or weren't social. And if you can't call people faggot while you're playing a video game or be mean or say crazy shit, what is the point?
Yeah.
What is the point of going into the virtual world, right? And living some sort of fantasy in some way, whether it be for 20 minutes or for hours at a time, if you can't, you know, be something you can't be in real life. Like I like sports games. I don't play sports in real life. I don't go on Call of Duty and tell women I'm going to rape them. But I also don't think there's a fucking problem with that. You know, it's rape is a part of the game, Pipe Detective, if you've not played this. So it's like, I don't understand this thing. And well, I do understand it. I just don't like it. But I don't like the fact that women, this is why women suck at everything, is because they weaseled their way into the working world, right?
Only on the easy jobs.
And
though.
all
It's
of
not
HR
on the
and
hard
all
jobs.
of HR of like, maybe you guys shouldn't be allowed to be yourselves at work because it's inappropriate and it makes me uncomfortable. And then fucking companies went, okay. And now they're trying to do that everywhere. Now they're like, this video game thing that was like a boys club or whatever, we want to play games too, but we don't. You know all the things that you guys do that's fun? We think it's inappropriate.
Well, I'll go.
And I want it off the game. I want it off the platform. I shouldn't have to game and hear this.
I'll go one step further, and this is actually from the thread that inspired this. But women specifically, always, and in the gamer space, like to complain and talk about and preach about mental health.
Yeah,
and they like to talk about all sorts of things that promote a healthy mind. And all this, they talk about suicide a lot. This says, and I quote:
should we pull it up? I'll pull it up while you're running through it.
Okay. But this says, for the record, teen suicide rates were consistently at their lowest when the number of people using slurs in game chat were at their highest.
Awesome.
So this is a U.S. teen young adult suicide rate, highest on record, and this has the graph.
So saying the N-word saves lives is what you're saying.
But people were like, correlation does not is not causation and all that. I'm like, I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Seems like this will help. It's in it's somewhere in the thread.
I got it in
it's the actual one, yeah.
Yeah, so here's the actual thing. Let me share it for people. being.
Was it a rape thing? I didn't even watch the video.
Yeah, the guy was just like, and it was like a British dude trying to be funny. He was just trying to be funny. He was like
edgy funny.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
edge,
like
edge.
video game player dickhead funny. You know what I mean? Like, it's gaming. It's gaming.
Are they on opposite teams? I didn't watch the video. I just
Yeah,
know
let me
that.
see if I can play
I just saw the.
I'll
the
play it
thing
with.
that-
I'll play it with the.
But you are literally just fucking all talk, bro.
Oh, be honest with me.
My ult's ready.
Do you know what rape feels like?
They're Aussies.
No, I don't actually.
Well, do you want to know?
Are you saying you're gonna rape me?
Because you're heading on the right path right now.
Are you saying you're gonna rape me?
You're going on the right path for it.
Is that what you're saying?
Toxins going up.
It's not rape if I like it. Is it now?
And then she just logs off, and then look at the production of
Hectic, go.
crying into her stream. Look at it. And then she writes a thing like pleading to the fucking
Yeah, well, that's the only
game
part I saw. I
developers
wasn't
to
even
shut the
watching.
whole thing down. And it's just like, also, by the way, you could 100%. He could 100% being like, do you know what rape feels like? As a metaphor for what he's about to do to her in the
Right.
game.
Well, that's why I asked.
You know
was
what I
like,
mean?
Can you
Like-
hear your opponents in whatever game they're playing?
Yeah,
or were
that-
they on the same team?
No idea. No, they're probably on the same team, but he's like, you know what rape feels? I don't know what it is, but if he's talking
Do you know
shit
those-
in
yeah,
the game,
You know those videos that you see online?
yeah,
And it'll be a black dude who, and they'll have a headset on and they have a controller in their hand, and it's like a meme ass video joke, but it just says, whenever it just says black guy breathes online on the mic,
is that a real thing?
right? And then it just says people in the chat, fucking nigger. he's like, how, bro? I didn't even. He was just like, how would you know that I'm black? And he just was like, you breathe like one.
That's hilarious.
Dude, it's so funny. It's like black gamers.
Is the
always-
breathing late? Is it like delayed? Is that how they?
No, but I make a joke all the time.
There is a.
Well, how I know there's a black gamer before I even hear their voice.
They don't pass the ball.
No, they don't change the fucking battery in the smoke detector. You
Okay,
could
yeah,
just-
that's an old.
but I'm just saying,
That's old.
it's you hear it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I got. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
We know.
We know what's going
And
on.
they're just like, they're trying to like change their voice. I'm a white guy.
I don't understand what you gentlemen are. God fucking god damn it. Yeah.
It's so funny. It's like, puss ass cracker, you don't know shit. I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, just change. It's not hard. Just change the battery. Fuck ass cracker, bitch ass bitch. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
By the way, we're on the same team.
Yeah.
Guys, we're never gonna get anything done. if we-
But I just hate the whole thing though, because it is women being like, well, why isn't this place like my job? Because this is supposed to be fun.
yeah.
And this is the problem, is that women found out that being attractive and playing video games can be a source of income. So because it's a source of income, it should be a job. And so because it's a job for them and not fun for them, it should have the rules of a job. Do you understand how money and women combined ruin everything? Do you see what I mean? And this is, by the way, it's the same thing as the Me Too movement, because once women started selling pussy online, pussy became their job, and then their job should have rules around it. So it's like, hold on a second, I only want to sell pussy right here.
Yeah. If
And then this
anything-
guy's over here trying to buy pussy. What the fuck? It's like, aren't you the pussy store? Well, yeah, but not for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought anybody could buy pussy. Yeah, it's mine. I
Yeah.
decide. I don't sell to Muslims. So it's like, oh. So it's funny because women could do all the things that they bitch about in business. Like, oh, you guys don't sell to minorities? You're fucking racist. Well, you fucking Indian?
Can they?
Only for $200,000 because I don't
Can they?
serve Indians.
Can they?
I can't wait for the day. This is what I
Can
said in the
they,
special about trans people. It's like, I do like when trans men take things away
Jobs.
from
Yeah,
women.
yeah,
Yeah, I do like, because it's stealing things from women. So
Yeah.
in that regard, I'm pro-trans.
Yeah.
Anytime a man puts on a wig and takes something away from a woman, that's hilarious to me.
Yeah.
I think it's fine. I think women deserve it for fucking raping their way into all of our spaces in society.
Yeah, that's their overall agenda. One would say it's even their transmission. I just
Yeah, I'll cut away from you. on
Yeah,
that.
we can just
We'll
just
just-
edit that out.
Yeah, I'll try to. Yeah, let me get right on top of that. If we have to edit out all the dumb shit either of us say on this podcast, there is no podcast. So the thing that bothered me at the end of that is she goes, and minorities. Did you see it at the bottom of the tweet? She goes, if you guys don't do something about all the stuff that women and minorities have to put up with on these gaming platforms, like, well, yeah, ain't no minorities in this exchange.
Well, that's my point.
Ain't no minorities here.
That's my point about bringing up black people in gaming is because, dude, not for nothing, but I like being called a puss ass cracker and shit like that. Because you know why? Because then I can say jigaboo and moon cricket and shit like that back, and it's just like a playful thing, you know?
Yeah.
And the AI chatbot monitor thing that's going to put you.
It doesn't pick up jigaboo.
It's not really good with like, you know, old timey slurs.
Do you have to? Does it get you if you hit the ER or the A, or is it both?
Well, they've been chat banning
Nog. Can you say Nog?
black gamers?
Yeah,
because they say the N-word.
Yeah. Oh,
so they just say it was like, hey, instead of being like, hey, it's two dudes. I just shot him in the face. There's one dude on top of the roof. It was like, it's 4 niggas over here.
Yeah, yeah. And they're banning them.
It's
hilarious.
Like a strike.
You're not allowed to use it either.
That's how it goes.
That's where we're going.
That's how the new hate crime laws work. I like being called a honky though.
Yeah, honky's funny.
Yeah.
So is
yeah, but in a game setting, if you're like, shut up, just drop your money, pussy ass honky, I'm like, okay, here you go.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's funny.
We're at the buy station, fucking cracker, hurry up.
Yeah.
I'm like, got you.
Yeah. It should be like real life.
Yeah.
We're cosplaying real life. That's how we would talk in real life.
Dude, I was just talking to my buddy earlier, and he sent me a screenshot from a text message, and I was like, no, you didn't. He was like, yes, you did. So he sent me a screenshot of our conversation, and at the top, it says White Carl. And I was like, hey, man. I was like,
how many Carls do you know?
That's what I said. I was like, first of all, is there just a Carl in your phone, or is there a black Carl in your phone?
Yeah.
And he was like, shut up, cracker. You know this how I got to store you in the phone. Like,
White
that's how I know.
Carl.
White Carl.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Hilarious.
How many people's phones am I? Big ass white boy.
I got to be honest with you.
White Carl.
I think it's hilarious because in my phone, you're under nigger Carl. I don't want to get you confused with any of the other non-nog Carls that I know.
Man.
Because you are the blackest Carl I know.
Which is crazy because I'm like very white when it comes to certain things about, hey guys. and I'm reminded of it by them.
I like that that's your white guy. Hey guys.
Yeah, you
that's
know.
the white guy impression. Hey guys.
Yeah, there's a couple of times when you're like, come on now.
Yeah.
It's like that's a little too not for me.
Yeah, you just described Anthony Cumia's entire Twitter feed. Hey guys.
There's a fucking before that.
Yeah, fucking hey guys. Yeah. It's a little but you know
what I mean? I'm definitely reminded that I'm white.
That you're white. Yeah, yeah.
Like I don't need to, but so I started reminding them that they're black.
Yeah.
Right? So like,
yeah, no, I get it.
I'm like, dude, you guys are so fucking black sometimes.
Yeah.
And you're like, duh, bitch, like fuck.
Dude, when I talk to my boy
Kevin fucking black Carl.
Yeah.
Duh.
Anytime I'm around my boy Kevin Kraft, we'll just be sitting around and he's pretty quiet, pretty laid back. But there's so many times we'll be sitting somewhere and just watching people and he'll just go, that's that white shit. I'm like, what are you talking about?
I hate everything's been that white shit.
Yeah, yeah. And that's that white shit.
But now, do you know like how late they are that they started doing things that white people have been doing for years? And they've been like take over brunch.
Yeah.
No longer is a thing.
You've seen black people at brunch?
What?
Wow.
That's their thing now.
I wish I knew about that when I talked about them in my special.
That's all. They're all about brunch and crab legs and shit now.
Well, they've always been about crab legs.
But stuff that white people
now. Jameis Winston stole them shits in college, remember?
Yeah, but he's only been in the NFL for like 8 years.
Yeah.
You know?
All right.
I'm talking about like within this timeline, this era.
Yeah.
By the way,
the fact that he never did a crab walk when he would score touchdowns, that always bothered me. Maybe now that he's in Cleveland and he'll be the starting quarterback.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to remind everybody.
No,
that
I want him to.
Fucking Publix crab legs.
Yeah. I want him to.
He did enough like West Side or W for the win licking.
Yeah.
There's plenty enough.
By the way, when he did that originally, I thought those were crab legs that he was.
Yeah,
I didn't know it was a W.
That's what he was
I didn't know
doing.
it was a W.
I wanna,
yeah.
You know,
crab legs.
He's like a young John Witherspoon.
He kind of is. But
but like 6'6".
Yeah.
Can sling that motherfucker.
Sling the fucking rock for sure.
Speaking of slinging the rock,
Yeah, that's a good transition.
Detroit decided to pay
Yeah.
Jared Goff. Didn't I tell you he was getting paid?
You said he would get paid. I said I didn't think he should get paid, but I think Brad Holmes. Listen, man,
After they
before
chanted his name at the draft.
Before I say my piece, I want to ask you: do you think that's a good deal?
It's the market.
Forget about the market and the money. Do you think signing him for that money at this time is the right decision?
Yeah.
And why?
Because he's their franchise quarterback.
Okay.
He's been to a Super Bowl and an NFC championship, even though he's lost both.
Yep.
It is a team.
2 NFC championships. Won one, lost one.
Right.
Lost the Super Bowl.
Correct. So he's 1-2.
But that's for a
in
team
NFC
that's not
championship
Detroit.
games.
Sure.
2 of those NFC games were with the Rams, right?
Mm-hmm.
The
No, one.
One
with the Rams that they won, and they went to the Super Bowl, lost to the Patriots. And then the one with the Lions this year that they lost to the Niners.
That's right. Okay, gotcha.
So he got you to a championship
2
game.
appearances. One of them's a win. Then they go to a Super Bowl. He loses that, but you lost to the greatest of all time.
Yep. So maybe a caveat there. Pat Mahomes also lost to the greatest of all time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then you go and into an offseason. You already have a decent backup that you drafted. And you go, yeah, we love him. He's a great guy. Did his thing out there. How well is he received by the fans, though? How well is he really a franchise guy? Then they had the draft even. And what happened at the draft? In fucking Detroit.
Yeah, they're going nuts for him. He's their guy.
And the guy they just paid, the highest, who's now what, one of the highest paid receivers in the league?
Yeah,
if
I'm
not,
St. Brown.
Goes, hey, before we do anything, we need to get the chant going. And the entire crowd jumped in
And just started chanting Jared Goff.
Goff.
Yeah.
That's why they paid him. Because he's locked in.
Yeah. I think I always say that unless your quarterback wins you a Super Bowl or wins a league MVP, don't pay them. And that is a high bar to set. But here's the problem I have with it. And this is just literally my opinion. I think the deal is a deal done in good faith because he got ran out of LA probably unfairly, right? They wanted to upgrade. They brought in Stafford. They did win a Super Bowl. Stafford got paid. So Goff goes in now with Detroit, gets them the furthest they've been in the longest time, doesn't get them into a Super Bowl, doesn't quite or doesn't win a league MVP. Although one could argue in a year where Lamar Jackson doesn't put up these ungodly numbers, is Jared Goff the MVP?
Some even argue they're not even ungodly.
Yeah. So my argument though is, and here's the concern I have. The concern I always have is when you have a guy like Hendon Hooker on the bench who could come in and steal that fucking job. Now you're locked in. Now you're locked in for 4 years and $220 million or whatever the number was, 212, 50 something a season. I do like that it's not a lot of terms, 4 years. It's not a ton of term. He'll be like 33 when that contract's up. Pretty good. 33, 34. So it's not a bad deal. It is the market. Next quarterback's getting 60 a season, and that'll probably be
Pat
when he redoes the deal. Yeah. So my point is, I like it for Jared, right? But I don't like it in the sense that I don't think he's so good that he can't have that job taken away. And and this is the argument I make though. So, but this is the point is they'll never know now. And what I mean by that is now you put yourself in a position because you are financially committed to Jared Goff and you don't want a quarterback controversy, that what happens is if Hendon Hooker goes into the preseason and throws fucking 10 touchdowns and looks like a world beater, you're trading him for a second round pick
or keeping him the same way.
Maybe, but I think
this would be his first healthy season. Though.
I know, but I think it would be a problem for them to have a guy like that over Goff's shoulder. And if he has a Carson Wentz type season, 2020 Carson Wentz season, where a couple receivers get injured, couple linemen get injured, and now they're blaming him. And you got Hendon Hooker. I mean, it feels like Jalen Hurts, Carson Wentz all over again. And Hendon Hooker is way better coming out of college than Jalen Hurts is.
I got something for that.
Yeah, go on.
Because Detroit is looking at it as it is a Carson Wentz situation, but it's Carson Wentz and Nick Foles.
Maybe.
It's not Carson Wentz and Jalen Hurts.
Maybe.
It's Carson Wentz and Nick Foles. This is his first year being healthy. You have no idea how he takes reps against NFL players. He's been on air the whole time. He hasn't hit or been hit, taken anything.
Yeah, it's all fair.
Jordan Love sat for 3 seasons. Aaron Rodgers sat for 3 seasons. And it's proven that what Green Bay has done has worked.
Yeah.
If Jared Goff, being to a Super Bowl, to 2 NFC games, they gave up Stafford and was like, this guy, and McVay gave up him, like, we need Stafford because this guy can't get done. Goes to Detroit. Stafford never took him to the playoffs.
Well, he did, but he didn't win playoff games.
And then
never got to I don't think they ever got to an NFC championship.
Never got out of the first round.
Yeah.
Never got out of the first round since 1991 or 93 or something. Yeah. Shit. So Jared Goff comes and does that and gives the city the fact that they can believe, like, no, this is where we're supposed to be. Because before they traded me, that's where we were.
Yeah.
And then I come here, we build this shit up. That's what we do. Jahmyr Gibbs comes in. We got Amon-Ra firing all cylinders. Now they're adding to. They got that tight end. That's awesome. They built a defense that they want. And you're like, okay, the city can by the way believe.
And part of and if you look at that roster right now, that roster is pretty much like it's like the Seattle Seahawks of now, because they hit on so many late round picks.
So they pay this guy $50 million.
Is a 2nd or 3rd round guy. You know, some of their other linemen and stuff that they have that are strong guys are like 2nd day, 3rd day picks that they've hit on. So a lot of these dudes are like, they're on rookie deals. They got a lot of starters on rookie deals that are not even 1st round deals. Yeah. So they have that money to play with.
You pay that guy $50 million. You're saying, oh no, we put all our eggs in this basket. What if he gets hurt? That's why you still have Hendon Hooker on a rookie deal.
Yeah.
You're not going to trade
3rd round rookie deal,
but you're not going to trade that for what? Zach Wilson to be your backup, Sam Darnold to be your backup. These guys, these teams have proven you have to have a real serviceable backup.
Mm-hmm.
You have to.
Well, I mean, nothing better than the Jets last year, showing you that, you know, you drop off from Aaron Rodgers to Zach Wilson is the difference between playoffs and
winning and fucking losing.
Yeah.
Fucking talons.
Yeah. So yeah, I just think ultimately, you know, I like Jared Goff. I like it for them. I like it for him. I think it's great. I just always am like, man, I would love, before you pay a quarterback, so you don't end up in a, you know, Carson Wentz situation.
Well,
love for a guy to win you.
Look what the Bears did, right?
Yeah,
going right at Justin Fields, right? So this thing came out that Justin Fields, speaking of Nick Foles, in the quarterback room, Nick Foles was trying to like mentor Justin Fields.
You mean Carson Wentz?
Nick Foles.
In what?
Justin Fields.
You mean when he was in Chicago?
Yes.
Briefly. Okay, yeah.
So Nick Foles was trying to mentor Justin Fields. Justin Fields was like disengaged. All these stories are coming out because he's not in Chicago anymore. So he'd be like disengaged and not care anymore. So like Foles just stopped. And just like they no longer talked.
Yeah.
So he said the quarterback room was super awkward.
Yeah.
But nobody talked about it. They just acted like this was Chicago or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
And now you think that this Justin Fields trade was a stroke of genius.
Well, no, it's really a question of, is it a stroke of genius? And the reason I say that is because, look, I just see it as this.
For which side?
If you like, for the Steelers, if you liked Fields more than Kenny Pickett, because then they get drafted at the same time. Might have been a year apart. Either way, your grade on Fields was probably higher than Pickett, right? You basically swapped them for the same kind of picks. So, and then if you look at what's coming out of the draft next year, so like, let's say you get Russ for a year and then he's like, I'm done. Justin Fields for a 6th round pick at 24, 25 is better than any quarterback you're going to get in the draft next year.
Yeah, I think
it's from that perspective, it's like you got a guy, and here's the thing I would argue. Justin Fields is probably as good as every quarterback that went in the first round this year, except McCarthy, I think, is better than him. But I think, like, in terms of production, his potential, his ceiling
is probably better than him.
Maybe, but time, he's got to stay healthy. He's got to show it. I don't think Caleb Williams is going to set the world on fire. And, so I think it's as simple as, you look at what they spent to get him, a 6th rounder or something, conditional 6th rounder.
Yeah.
And you look at what you're going to have available at the draft next year if Russ does retire. It's a great contingency plan.
You think they're going to have a real competition?
No. I think that's Russ's job.
Yeah.
It's Russ's job.
Somebody sent something. What the fuck is that?
Oh, it just says, it's we got disconnected from Instagram. That's fine. You only get an hour.
I thought it was.
Oh, maybe. Oh, wow, that's right. We are dropping bombs on Instagram. Get my Instagram taken down. Nice.
We got to move to Instagram.
Instagram. How's that not a site?
It will be.
It should just be a domain redirect to World Star Hip Hop. Instagram. Pretty great.
So I don't think we have to worry because I don't think he's going to see the Fields.
Yeah. Not this season. No, I'm saying, but like looking at the draft next year,
he's the example of the serviceable backup. that teams know that they need.
Yeah,
right. If Russ goes down, if anything happens, you go. We got this kid who can still run this offense because we fired Matt,
and he can come off the bench and win some games.
Is it Canada or Canada?
I don't know. Canada. It's the way they played. Canada. Canada, based on those fucking numbers from last year. I'll tell you that.
They fired him.
Yeah,
and they're like, we're going to have an offense. And they brought both these quarterbacks in, and it's like, if you look what Russ did in Denver, you'd be like, wow, he wasn't fucking a world beater or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what he didn't do? Turn the ball over. What has Russ been his entire career?
A fucking
game manager.
Yeah, game manager.
So you have that Steelers offense, and all he has to do is not turn the ball over, throw an occasional touchdown. You're talking Jim McMahon 85 Bears shit.
Maybe.
That defense
that's a very good comparison. I think that's a very good comparison.
He's just an athletic version of
the only problem is Jim McMahon didn't have a gay podcast.
Maybe he would have the way that fucking bandana he was walking around with. You don't think that was a fucking thing? It was like, isn't this so cool? You're like, no.
Yeah, he definitely thought he was a cool guy.
What the fuck? Nobody
wearing sunglasses on the Tonight Show and shit.
That's the thing, though. 80s white guys had a fucking swag that was like, you can't tell us shit.
Yeah,
which kind of needs to come back.
Yeah,
especially the fact we have a white corner
now.
It
was close to
we have a white corner now.
It was close to it with Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick was the closest whites had to swag in the league before he retired. It was coming back. Yeah, dude, Fitzmagic with the beard and the chains and everything,
Nah, I mean, like,
I thin up, I'm gonna go full Fitzpatrick.
Well,
that's gonna be
Fitzpatrick right now.
Yeah. I'd have to shed some LBs and add some chains to be Fitzpatrick.
I'm not a big fan of the chains, fucking bling bling.
No,
aren't I cool, black guys?
Yeah.
I'm talking white guy swag.
Turtlenecks.
Nah, more like
Zubas.
What's a Zuba?
You don't know what Zubas are? The zebra, those like weird 90s sweatpants. You know what Zubas are?
Oh yeah. They were like zebra pants.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Saved by the Bell pants.
Yeah. Zubas. Yeah, pedophile pants, as they call them on Kiwi Farms.
Dude.
Is there a triangle on that? Pedophiles.
You guys got to stop referencing these shitty sites.
Yeah.
Who's going on them?
Well, nerds. People who think there's a winner in the Kendrick Lamar Drake beef.
There was.
They're both. Yeah, America was because they're both nerds. They're both nerds. Neither of them are cool. I think they're both faggots. I think Kendrick Lamar is slightly less of a nerd than Drake, but they're both nerds.
Well, it's definitely the opposite.
What, you think Drake is cooler than Kendrick?
What?
Yeah, okay. I don't disagree.
He made Canadians cool.
Yeah, I don't disagree. But I think they're both dorks. And I think, I miss rap beefs when they would go get shot at the end.
Dude, I think Drake staged that.
What?
You saw his Toronto mansion got shot up?
No, I didn't see that.
I think it was
it's fake. Yeah, probably.
I was like, who's shooting up anywhere in Toronto?
None of these guys are shooting up, nothing.
I mean, what's his name's in Compton? Not anymore. I think he moves. I don't know. God knows where.
He's not a Compton.
He ain't
He's
there.
not a Compton. Yeah. Tiffany Haddish is the only rich black person who was like, I think I'm going to stay. And they're like, all right.
Yeah.
And then she's like, why y'all keep stealing my vegetables out my garden? I'm not kidding. It's a real post. Tiffany Haddish is like, I'm going to stay in South Central. And then they're literally like going in and stealing vegetables out of her fucking garden in her backyard. Like, y'all be stealing my shit. She's got a Tesla Model X that Tyler Perry bought her. Like, she's Beverly Hills copped her way to the middle of the top of Hollywood. Like, it's a pretty impressive thing.
She didn't even Beverly Hills cop it.
Yeah.
Beverly Hills cop it is because I'm black.
Yes.
She just said, okay.
Yeah.
And then all the like white
P.
girls
Diddy
were like,
Beverly
oh
Hills.
my God, come here.
P. Diddy fully Beverly Hills copped his way into
Come here.
Hollywood.
You're going to love this. Watch her. She's so crazy.
Yeah.
Do that thing we all love.
Yeah.
She ready.
Yeah. That's she not.
That's what happened though.
Yeah, I know. It's
Shout out to her for fucking
yeah.
dude. She made Girls Trip make a shit ton of money.
I know.
Out of nothing. That was
I
like
know.
what, $11 million budget,
Bro,
and
that grapefruiting scene is one of the funniest, hardest
I'm
things
saying,
I've ever
dude.
laughed because she went for it.
I'm not gonna say that she not
fucking-
funny. You can't say
she
Tiffany- that's the same thing.
went
I don't
for
care
it.
if people are tired of somebody.
Yeah.
Like Kevin Hart proved it. And how great was it in the weekend that Netflix hosted 2 major live events, right? That Cat Williams bombed
Yeah.
and Kevin Hart shined.
Crushed.
That's a flip we didn't see coming.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
So Netflix is a Joke Fest just finished out here in LA, and Cat Williams had a massive show, and at YouTube Theater, big old crowd.
And you gotta be honest, biggest bomb of the festival as far as film stuff. Like,
Dude.
Mulaney's late night talk show was like weird, like a fucking David Lynch
Sort of
movie or
variety
something.
show.
It was just kind of strange, right? But it was very LA. And I was like, I actually don't hate the concept. I don't think he's the right host for it.
Yeah.
I think the right host for a show like that should be
But
somebody
they did
who's like,
but as far
like
as
somebody
live,
like Brian Posehn, who's like very LA would be.
that's really talky though. It's not really a stand-up thing.
Yeah, I know. But I'm saying like
So
putting
as far as the live
John
jokes-
Mulaney though as the host of that kind of talk show. Like, honestly, you know who should be the host of that show is Chris Pine. Have you seen the interviews this guy's been doing lately?
No, he's a fucking weirdo.
Yes.
He's an asshole.
Yes, he's a weirdo, and that's who should be hosting this kind of late night show. They tried to take a John or a Jimmy. Like, Mulaney is a guy who,
Chris Pine's a cunt.
but listen to me, you're fucking being weird. You have way too much energy around this for it being an aside mention that I said. He dresses like the Big Lebowski. That's what I'm talking about. Have you ever met the guy?
Yes.
Okay.
He's a cunt.
Okay. So that's not really relevant to what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Like, I'm just saying
what you're talking about
the
has nothing to
prototype-
do with what I was talking
I'm
about.
saying that, yeah, but don't derail the point of the conversation. Like, I don't want to have a story about Chris Pine at a thing one time. I'm trying to say that that's what I'm talking about. A person who's stereotypically
Cool.
LA.
I didn't want to talk about John Mulaney shit.
Okay, but what I'm saying is John Mulaney is a very traditional late night type host.
Cool. This is about Cat Williams and Kevin Hart.
Right, but what I'm saying is that show was weird and crazy and didn't bomb as bad in terms of audience reaction as Cat's special.
Right, which is also insane because the roast has a variation of comedians, athletes, actor, and
Yes.
Ben Affleck bombed hard on that
Hard
shit, right?
as shit, yeah.
And I feel like Cat's thing is still worse because
the expectation's higher and it's your thing.
it's not only and we didn't put the expectation out.
No, he did.
He did.
And this is the same thing I've said. I said this to Dick last week. Somebody said this on Vito and Dick's podcast where Vito was like shitting on somebody else's thing and Dick interrupts him and goes, "Super Killer better be fucking amazing."
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, dude, this is why I don't talk shit about other people's art, right? I'll talk shit about other people who just talk shit.
Right.
But I won't talk shit about other people's creation because all you're doing is going, hey, everyone who likes this person, get ready to shit on whatever I make for no reason.
Yeah, yeah.
So the merit of what you do, it's going to get destroyed even if there is merit to what you do. So when you go up like Cat, you talk all that shit and then you lay an egg,
Yeah.
it is worse.
That is
Nobody expected Ben Affleck to have set of the night
exactly
at the Tom Brady roast. Everyone expected Cat Williams to have the best live special that's ever.
Well, here's what else Cat did.
And Cat basically told you he would and then didn't deliver.
Here's what else Cat did. he lowered the expectations for Kevin Hart.
Yes, yeah, because you're like he's trash.
Because him bashing Kevin, he's an industry plant. He's going to do this. We all thought, why is Kevin Hart tapped to pick the fuck to roast the Tom Brady thing? And then we all thought, we go, well, it's Hollywood, it's the big thing. Netflix tapped
The budget, the size of the
it's
room,
massive. We're like
it's a fucking arena.
We're like, of course they get Kevin Hart, and he's probably going to be harmless and do the whole fucking thing. And he flipped it on his head, and he was funny. He was real funny.
Yeah, what you realize, and I think they said this on McAfee or one of the other shows, is they go, you got to see a little glimpse of Kevin Hart, that like there's a Kevin Hart after he's done doing movies that everybody's going to be surprised to see, because he actually is he's a really funny, talented guy who is playing the game.
Yeah. He's
playing the game. He's collecting all the fucking chips, and he's going, I don't have to say this shit. Like why he is the opposite of me, where I'm like, there's no amount of money that will make me play the game. And he goes, there's no amount of money I'll lose to say what I want to say. He's literally like the exact opposite, where he's just like, nothing, like, sure, it's funny. And sure, I'll laugh at it, but I'll laugh at it with my boys on a fucking private jet. Like, it's just a different mindset.
About the roast thing about Cat, when it comes to all that, did you see Gary Owen was on Club Shay Shay?
Yeah, first white guy on Club Shay Shay.
And said, Cat's uncancelable, Rogan's uncancelable.
Yeah.
And he mentioned all these guys, and he said, but Kevin Hart's not.
Right. Yes, that's the point.
He can get canceled.
And Kevin knows that. Kevin knows that.
I know, but like, if Kevin is basically like building his sandcastle currently, so to speak, I think he has a better aged stand-up career than Dane does, than a lot of guys who do that. And I noticed it. I think I said it to you during the roast. I go, oh, he's embracing the salt and pepper older beard thing.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe he's like gonna not run around so much.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what I think.
Like, he just chills out and be rich, like Seinfeld.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you, I think there's a Dick Gregory kind of Kevin Hart that is waiting for us 10, 15 years in the future, where he will get more Carlin, like more edgy, more funny, more speaking about the world. Like his last special was a lot better. I thought his last special was like a step forward for him as a stand-up.
During COVID at his house?
No, the one he did at the YouTube theater. It was like probably 6 months ago. It was on Peacock. It came out on Peacock.
I didn't watch it.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good. And it is a little bit more, there's a little bit more edge to it. There's a little bit more, what the fuck is wrong with people kind of shit. Yeah. Well, that's another guy. It's another guy who played the game, and you're starting to see pull out a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So I do think you're seeing more, but I also think it's a symptom of the time. You know, like everybody
that
says
Hollywood is dying.
No, not just that Hollywood is dying, but like the audience is like, fucking take me there. Like, you and I haven't done a show in 4 years or however long we've known each other where the audience wasn't like, take us there. You know what I mean? We haven't run into a show where they're like, absolutely not. No matter what material we're doing. Every fucking show, they're like, oh, so glad you went there. So glad you did. Like, oh, I'm so glad you guys are doing. Like, when I was on the road with Gavin and Anthony, people were coming up to us like, hey, man, this is important. Like, the fact that you guys are doing this is important. Thank you for doing this, because we need, like, the world needs this. They need people pushing it there, taking it there.
Did you watch Seinfeld's commencement speech to Duke?
No, you sent it to me and told me I need to watch it.
He says that exact thing.
Yeah.
Where he says, and it's funny because, and I'll just bring up, this is like the whole stand-up thing, and like,
yeah, we'll do some comments before we get out of here.
People on the commenting on the roast were saying, finally comedy's back and all this, but like,
how good is it for Nikki? How good is it for Nikki, by the way? Nikki's been on everything
right after that.
Yeah, did you watch it?
No,
I watched it on Saturday. It's pretty good. It's all about how she does it. She's a childless cunt. No, she just doesn't want kids, hates kids, loves abortion, you know, but she's clearly,
that's her lane.
Yeah, that's her lane of that's her female edge thing is like,
it's okay.
Yeah. I don't have a problem with it.
That's why she's,
I don't have a problem with it.
It's just not for me.
Yeah, I mean, no, I enjoy it. I can enjoy jokes about it. She's not out doing it, is what people don't understand. Like, she's not out like, get my punch card ready. Like, there are feminist women who are literally like, here's my live stream of my abortion.
Yeah, they're just buying tickets to her shit.
Yeah, maybe. But I'm saying, like, the thing is like, I know her. I did her show when she had her Comedy Central show. I did a segment on there that never aired. But
She's funny.
she's a good person, and
Yeah.
she's fucking hilarious. She's very funny, very funny. The clip, and I gotta ask Chris if this lives anywhere, because I would love to get this footage. But the clip was it was about Uber drivers. And because I was a comic who was also an
you
Uber
told us on
driver,
here before.
did I? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I told the story about taking a retarded kid.
Yeah.
And dude, her riffing back and forth with me about it, some of the funniest shit that's ever been done. And dude, we could hear the guys in the fucking van following my car laughing through the fucking earpieces. The whole van is like dying behind us. And they never let that be on TV, but it was one of the funniest fucking things. So like ever since that happened, I've always been a Nikki fan, right?
Yeah.
Like, and she is a talent. Like when you look at this landscape of female comedians, and there, by the way, I want to show you something, because she was on McAfee and she took a shot at Taylor Tomlinson that I don't think anybody else picked up, but she fucking fired a shot. Yeah, she fired a shot at her. Something about like, yeah, some of these female comics, and then said something. I was like, that's fucking Taylor Tomlinson she's talking about. But anyway, I've been a fan of her since then, and like just stayed and she's always been good to me, even with all the shit that's happened in Hollywood and stuff. When I see her at the store or whatever, she's always kind, always giving me a hug, always like, hey, good to see you. How are things going? So it was really cool for me to see her have that moment and really fucking crush it.
She got the natural standing O.
Yeah, dude. 100%.
After hers,
none of them counted. None of them counted after hers.
Tony's was well deserved. And
Yeah.
everybody did it. But the fact that people were like, "Oh shit, let's stand and show this during the roast."
Yeah,
was like,
yeah. And I can't remember if it was Schultz, but somebody was podcasting and saying there are a lot of people who went out of their way to keep Tony out of the world of the mainstream roast for a long time because they knew that would happen. And to me, like, Tony Hinchcliffe just took Jeff Ross's job. Like, Tony Hinchcliffe will be the roast master general lead guy from now on. And by the way, I think for the next 10 years, if Netflix does these high budget roasts,
Netflix should be Tony.
It's going to be Kevin Hart hosting and Tony as the roast master general.
They'll get different hosts.
But I think in terms of like those high profile ones, I think Hart's your guy that's your draw, but Tony is probably your head comedy guy in terms of like the most savage person.
As far as the hosts go,
but there's people saying that performance got Netflix to buy Kill Tony. There's a lot of rumor out there that Kill Tony is going to be on Netflix starting in 2025 or whatever.
I mean, that's good for them.
It'd be great. I love those guys. Like they're not necessarily like vocal supporters of us, but like Red Band's always been good to me. Tony's always been nice to me on shows and stuff when we've done shows together. But like when our show got shut down in people don't, it's just stupid to say. I'm not even gonna say it. But like when our show got shut down in Rutherford, Red Band reached out to me. It was like, dude, that's fucked up. Let me see if I can help you. Like, I'm gonna try to get this to different media people, whatever, and nothing materialized from it. But like, there are a lot of other people, conservative fucking big names, who did not reach out to us. Like, we want to platform this and talk about this.
Yeah.
Like other people that follow me that have big platforms that didn't want to platform Gavin because it would compete with their fucking shit. Shapiro and the people at the Daily Wire. I don't know how many people were like, I sent this to Ben. I sent this directly to,
but that would be
what's his name? The other one, the CEO. I always forget his name.
Once they fucking
Jeremy.
Once they lumped Proud Boys in with Nazis.
Yeah.
It was done. None of the Jew conservatives could publicly do anything.
Yeah, now they're begging Proud Boys to show up and fix these fucking problems for them in all these protests. I think it's hilarious. Like,
if only somebody would come in and fight Antifa.
Yeah. Well, sorry, you guys sent us all, or not us, but sent them all to sent all our guys to fucking prison for January 6th. So they don't want to help you anymore. So good luck. Good luck with the country you've destroyed, Jews.
Whoa. That's not the sauce that comes on that sandwich. We were gonna talk about football.
Nah, we're good.
Are they really picking up the show? I think Kill Tony on Netflix having live, because it'd be live, and I think Netflix is trying to do more live content.
Yeah, I think so. I think they know that that's how you get the subscribers, is with live content. Let's go to this. People go, oh, people are mad that we're not just doing. I love that we get yelled at
I can't
for
read
doing.
any of those.
I love. I know it's by design. I love that we get yelled at for doing sports, and then when we talk about sports, people yell at us for doing sports, and then when we don't talk about sports, they go, "Isn't this a sports podcast?"
Yeah.
Everyone's trying to rebrand us.
Let's see. Feature. I can't see none of that shit.
Somebody said they're having a domestic. I should turn away. Oh, because we got snippy with each other a minute ago. That happens.
Gay.
Let's see. Do you think he'll stay grounded with all this fame? I'm assuming this is about Hinchcliffe Lane. Think he'll stay grounded with all this fame? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, first of all, I don't think Tony's ever been grounded. I think Tony and Segura are the same guy, and I think people have a weird. They have like
his voice.
Well, it's not
That's
just
his
that,
voice.
but it's like part of their thing. Natasha Leggero is this way too. Part of their thing is being condescending.
Yeah,
that's
like Ricky Gervais.
Yeah. So it's like, do you think he'll be? No. And by the way, stop forcing humility on people who don't want to be that.
Yes.
It's not, but yeah, it's like we sit here and talk about people talking shit. If you're not a humble person, don't be humble. You know, that's one thing Ye said to me that stuck when it was like, yeah, you try to be humble about shit. Who's that helping? Has that gotten you anything?
Yeah.
It's like, good, fair point. Now, I don't go on podcast and say I'm God, and I think you'd be fucking nuts to do so and believe it. But you know, there's probably a middle ground there where you could like feel good about yourself and talk about the things you're good at.
Yeah.
You know, that's short of calling yourself God, and then also short of being humble for the sake of people who don't like you anyway.
Yeah.
You know. Let's see what we got. Spit is sitting in campfire light.
Yeah, we said that when we opened.
Yeah, that's what we did. I think it's a good look for you.
By the way, there's only one T.
Carl looking like Miss Cleo. Give him a fucking read his fortune.
Call me now for your free reading. Aaron Reeves.
Yeah.
You know what's gonna happen to you, Aaron? You're gonna go home and you'll find your cat eating your baby mama.
Yeah, I like this one. Are we not dual streaming uncensored? Aaron, you're a little behind the times.
Oh,
buddy.
yeah, buddy.
Yeah, this show's not been uncensored. We don't do censored anymore. Let's see. Is this a new set? Carl's room is a vibe. No, hold on. I'll tell you how you know this isn't Carl's room. He's not e-jacking all over the place right now with bitches everywhere.
First of all,
it would look like Caligula if we were
I
in your
waste come on my own room. When there's a perfectly good woman there for it.
Right, that's my point. Ain't no bitches in this setup. Look at that. You don't see no bitches in here.
That's because they're under the table and dreaming. Okay. Dave Matthews. That's a lot of words I can't see.
Yeah, none of these are.
A bunch of them are just like, you're fat, you fucking gay fags. What else?
Somebody goes, are they talking about black or trans? I can't hear. Well, that is a safe assumption.
Mm-hmm. Interchangeable.
Yeah. People say the audio is bad. Well, you know, then the downloadable, the hard drive version will be fine. So if there's a stream issue, that's on your end. It's not on our end.
Yeah, they don't. Buddy, don't write. Understand? You don't like, you don't buy. But please, you are here for free. So you very much enjoy. Okay, much please.
Let's see.
Where's the insults?
Yeah, there's no, that's all like their trolls are trolling each other now, so it doesn't even help.
That's not fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just all audio, people bitching about the audio. Yeah, but we can't. Here's the thing, dorks. We can't, if there's a StreamYard issue, we can't fix that. So we'll just have to upload the hard file when it's done. It's fine. You'll just have to go back and watch it afterwards. No real good comments here. Nothing.
Damn, I thought that you guys would be better today.
Yeah, they're really falling short, man. You know, they're this one I love. They're just, again, they don't understand how this works.
When we have more than 12. All right, I'm looking at the number in real time.
413.
Oh,
413. Amazing. Nope, it's 415 now.
Stupids.
What about the, hold on, are you not entertained? Yeah. What about the special? Everyone's asking about the special. The special will be out when it's out.
Yeah. Just got the drive.
Yeah, we just got the drive.
Got all the actual footage.
We're just gonna fuck around with your set today.
I just got all the fucking footage. That's like, come on, guys. You act like you know how shit gets made.
Yeah. The other thing too that people don't
you just shoot it on your phone and it's out tomorrow?
Yeah.
Like, what do you?
Fucking people are retarded. People are fucking retarded. And by the way, like the thing that people don't understand is like when you're editing the amount of footage that we have, they spent 2 weeks backing everything up in triplicate so that if we lose a drive somewhere, we're good. That's what you pay for when you pay production people to make a fucking real thing.
Yeah.
I then get the drives last Thursday, and then I spend the weekend making my own backups and staging the library and Final Cut and everything. So it's like, it's a process. There's a reason why when you see that they're filming Fantastic Four starts filming next week, it won't be out for 3 years. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like you said, it's not you just you just hold your phone and go, "Buh."
Yeah. Just act like you know how shit is made.
I do think one thing that's kind of cool. I'll get your take on this, but I do think somebody, Corey Adam, shout out to Corey Adam, who by the way wants to come back on and be like, I want to go back over my playoff predictions because he called more games than we did. He was right and we were wrong, and he wants to remind us of that. I'm like, yeah, football ended 3 months ago, you fucking dildo. But anyway, shout out to Corey Adam. He goes, are you going to do an album? Or are you going to do a special? And I go, I think I'll do both, actually. And I think the album will just be just the set, right? So it'll just be the set. And I think there'll be bits on the album that aren't on the special.
Mm-hmm.
And then the special is a film that has stand-up in it.
Yeah.
So the special will be like an hour-long thing, but there'll be some behind the scenes and there'll be some doc footage and some B-roll. And so, yeah, it'll be a special. So I think, the answer for people who've asked that is it'll be both. So it'll be a full set of stand-up, and that'll be the audio album, and then the video, the special itself will be a different kind of piece.
Whatever the final cut of whatever the final cut of stand-up goes into the special itself, that's the audio that will go to the album.
Yeah.
What else?
Is this really Kevin Brennan? I don't think this is really Kevin Brennan. People keep saying that Kevin Brennan wants me on his pod. Okay, so let me just talk about this. Hold on. Kevin Brennan, people are saying Kevin Brennan wants me on his show. Kevin Brennan has never reached out to me.
We don't do other shows.
I know, but hold on. Kevin Brennan has never reached out to me and ever asked me directly to do his show. It's not hard to find. There are idiots there are idiots from Germany with podcasts with 10 listeners who DM me, and I will go on their podcast.
These goofballs found our show, so
it's not hard. So this is either a troll or it's Kevin Brennan trying to get me on a show, which I won't do, Kevin. And I'll make this very clear. I won't do Kevin Brennan's show because, number one, I don't go on shows that are about shows. Okay? I think they're fucking gay. And the only reason you want me on, if you do, or the only reason your fans or these trolls want me on, is because they know I don't like Melton, and now you did like Melton, and now you don't like Melton, right? So you think, oh, I'll get Denny on to talk shit about. I don't do this anymore, okay? Why don't any of you fucking faggots who do shows about shows make something? I'm editing a special that I want to put out in a month or so, okay? I don't have the fucking time to go on your gay show about another gay show. What am I going to do? Go on and talk about Steel Toe? Or go on and talk about NLO talking about Steel Toe? Or go on and talk about, no. And I'm also
better. I don't even know what those are.
Yeah, and I'm not even going to fucking like, here's the thing. I also just wouldn't go on fucking Brennan's show because Gino is my friend and Gino doesn't like Kevin. It's very simple. That's how friendships work. You go, I like this guy. This guy thinks this guy's a faggot. I don't particularly like this guy. He's a faggot.
Or I don't necessarily do it, but I'm not going to go out of my way to hang out with somebody.
Yeah, and also, yeah, exactly. And also, like, I like the other Brennan more. I like the other Brennan more. So I'll go on Neil Brennan's podcast because I think he's interesting. And I want to ask him, why are you a faggot that doesn't say the N-word anymore? You've written some of the best racial comedy of the last 20 years. Why did you get gay about it? Right? So
you just made Dave say it.
Yeah. So, yeah, exactly. That's even more racist. If you think about it, Just have this dumb Nog do all the Nog jokes. He'll do it.
He'll
What
do
else
it.
is he gonna do? Robin Hood Men in Tights too. So yeah, it's like that whole world is so gay and gross to me, right? The closest we get to it, and the only reason this shit bleeds in is because we're friends with Dick and Vito, and they get into that shit too much too. And I've told those guys, like, same thing I told Aaron from Steel Toe when he started doing this, when Corey was on his show. I go, this is a one-way fucking ticket, by the way. You go down this road of becoming a show about shows, there's no going back.
Yeah.
You can never go back. And then what happens is, like, when your show becomes entirely about another show, what happens when that guy goes away? Now you got to reboot your whole thing because you need new guys, or you need a new thing. You need new beefs.
And now you know why CNN and MSNBC are failing.
Right.
Because they made their entire thing about Trump
Yes.
for 4 years.
Yeah. So what happens when
So
Trump
then
goes
when
away?
Trump went away in 2021.
Yes. This is
they
a
came
great
in,
example. This is a great example.
They're like, what are we going to start looking at ourselves? And the problems got worse. And everything imploded. And now this guy's back again. It's a cycle. It's just going to never go away.
Yeah. And then what is this? So hold on. He goes, tell Kumia your deep thoughts about him going on who are these podcasts in Shuli then. Yeah. Here's the thing. Kumia thinks I'm gay for mixing it up with trolls on Twitter. And I think he's gay for going on podcasts and talking about podcasts. I'd say it to his fucking face. The whole Stuttering John thing and all, it's all gay. It's all gay. Kumia's here. Stuttering John and all these other jerk-offs are way down here. Yeah. Nobody above you is trolling you, ever, no matter what you're doing. Nobody doing better than you is concerned with what you're doing. Yeah. I promise you, everybody that's doing better than you in life is doing it because they don't fucking know you. They're not paying attention to you. They're focused on them. So it's like, I'm not going to sit here and pretend I don't see all this shit, but it's an active choice not to participate in it because it is unproductive and gay. Right? Like Kevin Brennan besting comedians on his fucking show has not made Kevin Brennan a more successful comedian himself. Right? What do you make, a couple $100 a day talking shit on the internet? Great. But to me, that's the Uber driving of doing comedy. You're literally just, how do I hustle up? You're a fucking street busker. You're doing jokes into the internet for a few hundred. We do this show because we love it. We make money in the other ways we make money with other jobs or everything, whatever else. But this show is not contaminated by pandering to some cesspool of an audience that'll go, I'll give you $5 if you call Aaron from Steel Toe's wife a cunt on your show. It's like, what do you do? You're a fucking marionette. You're a marionette, and you're letting incel nerds with fake accounts on Twitter give you $5 to pull your fucking string and say whatever they want you to. You're a loser. All of you guys that do these shows are fucking losers, right? So there it is. That's why I don't go on MLC. That's why I won't go on any of these other shows about shows. Be a show that talks about something that isn't about podcasts, and then I'll go on your show. I don't have like an ego. It's not like I'm going, oh, how many listeners do you have? How many? And because that's all these fucking jerk-offs talk about. I have 50 listeners. What do you have, 40? Fucking loser. It's like, who cares? Who's counting another man's numbers? Do you know how gay you have to be like, he's got 350. You guys are only at 415. What are you guys, fucking fags? No, you are, because you're counting.
Yeah.
Pocket watching.
Yeah.
It's gay. It's gay to care about how other men make their money. It's gay to care about how many numbers another guy's podcast has. It's all gay.
How you feel?
I think I cleared it up. I think I've been pretty clear about it.
You think that was a therapeutic session for you?
Yeah.
Listen, I don't even know half the shit you just said. I don't know any of these people. I only know that Kevin Brennan is the brother of Neil Brennan.
Yeah,
that's really all I know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He did fuck Sarah Silverman. That's a credit he has that I'll never have.
Yeah, because you don't want to now.
No, not now.
Unless she's in, Wreck-It Ralph 3 or something.
You think I would fuck cartoon child Sarah Silverman? What the fuck? What am I, Vito?
I'm just saying, like, there's no like.
Whoa,
thing.
Hold on, what was that?
Saying, like,
you just did Rodney Dangerfield. I'm just saying.
No, I'm saying that's when she was like in relevancy and like the comedy where like it would matter as a credit,
Yeah.
you know, unless she's doing one of those. You'd
Yeah.
be like, oh, that old lady.
Yeah. Yeah. What is this? Yeah, they feel like fake accounts when it hits my bank account. You are poor. Okay. Again, it's just this prove I'm poor.
Is that
That's
Nah.
supposed to be a troll.
I think it's a troll.
It's probably not actually Kevin Brennan, but who
Right.
cares? But by the way, it doesn't matter if it is or not. My opinion doesn't change.
Yeah, it's like
This is I
somebody
don't
they wrote
not
something
think
again.
this about Kevin Brennan.
They wrote something again.
Keep being poor and never expanding beyond a Proud Boy audience, you giant moron. Yeah, beyond a Proud Boy audience. There wasn't a single Proud Boy at my special taping. Do you know what special taping is, Kevin? It's when you do stand up for an hour and people record it. You did one on HBO in the 90s, I think. Ugh. It's called being a comedian. And by the way, people go, you're poor. Okay, well, I have enough money to self-fund all my own projects. So I guess I'm not poor. I guess I'm doing okay. And you know what I love? Nobody knows how I make money now.
But also,
Good.
Also,
Keep thinking I'm doing Uber Eats.
aren't
Good.
these the people that are supposed to be like lovers of the poor?
Oh yeah, no.
Don't they virtue signal all the time
Yeah.
online? All these people about like how we should be helping. Can you believe the government? Rich people don't pay taxes. Well, like,
yeah.
these are all the same queers.
Yeah. I think
And
I
they
don't know.
follow people like Destiny and shit. They claim to be fucking democratic socialists and all types of other fucking cunts. These are the people that follow the sweater wearing cunts.
Yeah. Yeah, I just never thought the funniest thing Kevin Brennan has ever done is when he had a meltdown on Kumia's show when Gino shared his personal phone number and he was like, he's a fucking that's the funniest thing Kevin Brennan has ever done. Had a meltdown about, you know, arguing back and forth with Gino. So it's just these are fucking 60-year-old.
I'd
These are
rather just
60
roast and talk shit to
yeah,
though,
yeah, it's like
in
it
that way.
should be
Like, break
fun.
balls.
Yeah, it should be fun. Bring people on, break each other's balls. Here's MLC. Hey, isn't that guy not on TV anymore? Yeah, he used to be on TV. He's not on TV anymore. What's he doing? Nothing? Yeah. What are you talking about, Kevin? Yourself?
Yeah,
Like, what are you? Who are you talking shit about, dude?
We've already given these people too much time.
But that's my point. Is like, yeah,
We've
now I'm
already-
doing the thing, and now our show's a show about shows. But
Yeah.
that's why I don't go on. That's why I don't do this. I'd literally rather talk about who the third string quarterback of the Detroit Lions is.
Who is the third string quarterback?
Nate Sudfeld, bro.
Nice.
Nobody's talking about. Yeah, I know it.
Nice.
That's what I know.
Fucking nice.
Yeah, obviously I'm not doing too much. I got time for that to
Third-
rattle around in the
okay.
old bread.
Third stringer in Seattle.
Third stringer in Seattle. I don't know if they have one. I know Howell's the backup. But I don't know who it is. Keep going. What do you got? What do you got for me? Hit me.
These teams don't have third stringers now. Who's the third stringer in Dallas?
Well, they'll have camp arms or whatever. Dallas's third stringer is Cooper Rush because their number 2 is Trey Lance, number 1 Dak Prescott.
I thought Cooper Rush got released.
Nope. I don't know. I might have. I didn't see it if he did, but I still think it's Cooper Rush.
See, we enjoy these things.
Yeah.
Anything
Yeah,
else
my guys
besides
have
the,
jerseys. The guys we talk about have jerseys and salaries.
We plug the people want to know special stuff. Yeah, it's going to take about a month for things to
Or
happen.
and I might hold. I
Maybe
might not
less.
put it out till we want to do some marketing things to it too.
Yeah.
So
like the month
Yeah,
of
it's-
June is
that's
coming up.
that's why I
and
think it's
that's
funny.
all-
People go like, "You don't have the money for it," but not only do I have the money for the special, I have the money to market it. So I'm deciding, you know, how much money do we want to put behind the release? When do we want to do the release? When's a good time for release? I like the idea of releasing it on a holiday weekend.
And also releasing it. It was gonna be after Sam one came out too. Triple E's joint.
Yeah, we're trying to coordinate that so we don't
Jump
we
on
can-
each other.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, I mean, it's like that's what you know.
Yeah, you don't want it to be like the same
Yeah, I
week
don't
and
want
a
to.
half, 2 week period.
Yeah, because I want to be
that's
able
when-
to use my timeline to promote his shit and,
Yeah,
and vice versa.
and
whatever.
analytics and all that shit.
Yeah, we don't want to be competing against each other. So yeah, it's like when you look at it releasing a movie, honestly,
Mhm.
like movies don't
That's-
want to go up against
That's
other,
why Mission Impossible, why Tom Cruise got mad at Oppenheimer taking the IMAX screens
Yeah.
when their movie only ran for 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, I'm concerned about losing my IMAX screens to Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when we
No, the
release
opposite.
this
To
theatrically,
Oppenheimer. You're
Yeah,
Tom Cruise right now.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Well, I'm very concerned about the number of theaters I'm going to have at my disposal for the
Yeah, yeah.
release of this special. It will be in AMC's. It will be in theaters.
Yeah.
It will sell them out.
Well, like Tom,
If people are gonna lie about you might as well just take it to the limit, right?
yeah, Tom was definitely like, hey, we shot these things and IMAX and all this stuff, and they're like, yeah, we put our money behind Nolan.
Yeah, he's
Tom,
proven.
Like, Tom was the EP, he funded them shit.
Yeah.
So he was like, so the next one don't come out until 2025, December or some shit.
Yeah, but that's the thing is these guys look at these calendars. That's why the Marvels got moved like 4 times, is because they kept going up against people, kept dropping in on their release date, and they knew their movie. They knew their movie wasn't going to be solid, so they were like, "Well, the best thing we could do is try to open against nothing," and they still tanked. I think they're doomed because of streaming. Like, I just don't. I think
that's their fault, though.
Black Widow, the Scarlett Johansson lawsuit against Black Widow, she wasn't wrong. She's like, you've destroyed theatrical releases for these movies now, and they did.
Yeah, well, because people go, well, isn't it just going to come on streaming in a month?
60 days? Like back when I worked in video stores,
at least wait 6 months.
You waited 6 months to a year.
Yeah, but at least
like
6
a
months.
big movie was a year.
If it was 6 months on there, you'd be like, oh, this is already out on video.
Yeah.
Like the fact that you can go like, I just seen Dune 2 is going to come to HBO Max in like a month.
Yeah, dude. We saw it in the theater last month.
Let that bitch run till the cheap theaters have it.
Yeah.
So where like the $5 movies where the kids go in the summer and shit. Like, yo, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah,
run the shit out of it.
I don't get that, man. I'd leave movies in the theater, big movies like that, leave them in the theater for 6 months.
And they're like,
make your money.
Damn, have you seen the new movie? You're like, nah. Is it still playing? You're like, yeah, go see it.
Yeah.
Instead, it's like, well, it's going to cost more to leave it in theaters. Like, is it? It's a digital stream that you're going to put.
Right. Yeah.
You're not fucking.
You're not shipping reels back and forth anymore.
I'm saying.
Yeah. It's insane. It's insane. I watched that. By the way, I watched that Madam Web came to Netflix.
Dog shit.
Bro, it makes the Marvels look like fucking The Godfather.
masterpiece.
Yeah. I was like, I was too hard on the Marvels. This fucking movie is.
All those Sony movies are garbage.
Yeah, dude. It was the vampire one that Jared Leto was in. What was that
Venom
Mobius or whatever? That was so
Morbius,
bad. The Venom ones were not good. Yeah, it was just such a disappointment, man.
Zendaya and the other ones.
No, that's a Marvel one.
Yeah, what's the other Sony ones? Oh, the Amazing Spider-Man, is that Sony?
Oh, that's the no. Well, it was all the Spider-Mans pre-Tom Holland were all Sony, but and the Sam Raimi ones weren't bad. I liked Multiverse of Madness, which was Sam Raimi directed. So I don't know. I don't
MCU though.
Yeah, but it's like, it is obvious to me that like the hand of Kevin Feige matters. Right.
I just think people are fatigued. That's all.
I agree with that. And then what's funny is the stuff that is working for them, the weird shit like Moon Knight, which I thought was phenomenal.
People bash.
Well, people bash it and then they
abandon it.
They abandon it. It's like, you should have had a season 2 of Moon Knight already. That show came out 2 years ago. So
yeah, there's a thing that like people are fatigued, but like the best thing they've done so far is the X-Men 97. I think
that's pretty good.
Yeah,
pretty good.
So
pretty good.
But I mean, and hey, what do you think that dude did?
What do you mean?
The guy who was like the writer creator of X-Men 97, they fired him like a week before it came out.
I don't know. Yeah. This is a shout out.
It wasn't because it sucked or it was too woke or something.
I get all my, I don't know what it is.
Inappropriate something.
Something. Yeah. I don't know what it is, but I get all my Marvel information from the channel, the YouTube channel, Everything Always. Shout out to Michael Roman, aka All Fires. He does the best like Marvel speculation videos.
Did he have one for videos.
Him? I think he did, but I think I skipped it. They do Marvel content on the channel every day, and that's all they do. And by the way, I'm quoting him word for word because his videos start out with the same blurb every time.
We do Marvel content all day.
We do Marvel content on the channel all day, every day. And if that's your thing, please click the subscribe button. Dude, it's like a script that I have memorized just from watching his content.
That shit came out like I want to say like a week before it came out or 2 weeks before its release date, they fired him.
Yeah.
And they were just like hushed, like his social medias were like disabled and shit for like, I don't know what he did, but that sounds like some Me Too-ish sexual salty hush, where the studio keep quiet thing, because it doesn't suck.
Yeah.
It's not like they fired him 2 weeks before the show. It's like, this is going to flop and this is preemptive.
No, it was great. I agree with you. I think it's the best thing they've done yet.
Yeah.
In terms of like just narrative storytelling. Also,
well,
it's way more violent.
Only reason
than
I say
thought.
that, I was like, they got to let this guy do more stuff.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, if he did bad stuff, they got to not let this guy do more stuff.
Yeah. Well, also, what is the bad stuff? Like,
That's what I want to know.
You know, did he call someone toots in the writer's room?
Or did he
be
in a nightcrawler?
Or did he fuck somebody's toots in the writer's room?
That's what I'm saying. Is he being a fucking nightcrawler out there?
By the way, I think
Mr. Sinister.
Listen, I think I could take a titty fucking for a job.
Dude, what are you talking about?
You wouldn't take a titty fucking for a job?
Dude.
Would you give a titty fucking for a job?
Yeah.
Yeah. See?
But wait, the way that you said it,
yeah,
it made it seem like you was getting titty fucked.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's where does it stop? Where does it stop? Where's the line?
I don't know.
Where's the line where you is it over here for you?
I don't know, but I think
it's over here.
I feel like
there's how far could a dick get to your face before it's a problem?
I'm just saying that I was talking
there. Is that what you're talking about?
I was.
Is this? Are you setting the line? Or it's right about there?
I don't know why. I think
you get mid titty.
I think the grosser part was like knowing that it's your chest.
Hey, listen, if somebody wants to be up in, if you want to feel what it feels like to fuck Brillo.
I don't know why. Like, why is that a thing? Like, I can't imagine being like a writer's room and just like, oh, and you're like getting titty fucked. I'd be like, there's nothing. I mean, that is one. I get why they fired him. And two, what? Like, because I don't want to be like, all right, dude, just.
Push him together.
Ow, you're sticking. It's in the hairs, and you're like, how am I supposed to type? Like, it's just like they start writing stuff about like in his Madam Web. Like, oh god,
oh man,
disgusting, dude. I don't know why you did that.
Hilarious.
That's
Bye,
disgusting.
everybody.
I can't believe you did that. It's nasty.